Hi everybody, my name is Renee. I'm here on the Memorial Foundation Facebook page and we are in the Healthy Eats classroom. I'm in a different perspective today than most months. I'll be helping Elaina a little bit today with some of the demo from behind the scenes. But welcome, we're so happy that you're here. We've done this cooking demo every second Friday of each month in 2021. And we can do this because of our sponsor, Yakima Federal Savings and Loan. So if you're out there watching in the comments either now or later this evening or this weekend, just pop a quick thank you into the comments to our sponsors. All of our sponsors and donors around our Health Tips series help us fund programs and services in the Memorial Foundation's Healthy Yakima initiative. So this is things like diabetes prevention, obesity prevention for children, childbirth education, really great things that help our community sustain healthy lifestyles. So if you want to learn more about that and more about how you as a donor can support those programs, send us a direct message, send us a comment. We'd love to talk with you or meet with you. Today, Elaina is going to share with us some of our pumpkin recipes, or falling in love with pumpkin. Don't worry, more Coney jokes on the way. We'll be sure to bring those to you. Oh, we want to say that Inika usually gets to join us for these sessions. Inika is one of our amazing dietitians at Memorial, and she has been redeployed to work inside the hospital. Many of our staff at Memorial have been redeployed to help with the COVID crisis and support staffing shortages. So give her some love, give her a shout out. And Inika, we miss you and we can't wait to see you back here. So I'll pass the baton and let Elaina take it away.
Sounds good. Thank you, Renee. Hi, everyone. I'm Elaina. You must know me by now, but I brought some amazing pumpkin recipes for you guys today. I love pumpkin. This is totally pumpkin season. I even have some pumpkins just to inspire you a little bit more. But you really can do a lot with pumpkins. They're very versatile. You can do them. You can cook them savory or sweet. But nutritionally, pumpkins are super healthy. They're full of beta carotene. Canned pumpkin particularly is high in vitamin A and iron. There's half the carbs in pumpkin as there is in potatoes. So this is super healthy food, and it's super delicious. Who doesn't love, pumpkin spice lattes and pumpkin spice everything, and it's just pumpkin, pumpkin, pumpkin. We'll eventually get sick of it and move on to a new vegetable, but there it is. I also love pumpkin because I'm always telling my clients and classmates to get enough fiber, and for 1 cup of pureed pumpkin, there's 7 grams of fiber. So if you're on the bean train getting your fiber, awesome. You can add some pumpkin to that and get even more. So I want to start today with one of my favorite pumpkin recipes right now. It is super duper easy. My daughter loves this, which is even more of a perk because she's super picky. But this is my dark chocolate baked oatmeal, and of course it has pumpkin in it. And this, what I love about this recipe is, instead of mixing everything into a bowl with a baked oatmeal, you're actually going to put everything into your blender. So I'm going to first start off with my liquid because I like to add my liquid to a blender first just to help get things moving. I have in here my melted 3 tablespoons of either a butter, you can use plant-based butter, or a coconut milk. And then I have my 1.5 cups of almond milk. And then I'm also going to add my 1/2 cup of a pumpkin puree. I like the organic brand just because to me it has a little bit more of that pumpkin-y flavor. So we're going to use 1/2 cup of this.
And we'll be making sure to post all of these recipes in the comments so you can cook later along with Elaina as you're watching this over the weekend.
Absolutely.
Get your pumpkin on.
Get your pumpkin on, yes. Everything will be nice and orangey yellow and enjoy the fall colors of that. So we have our almond milk in there, our melted butter, our pumpkin puree, and now I'm going to add 1 cup of oats. And I have my giant bag here from Costco because I just love oats. They're super good for you, also a good source of fiber, whole grain protein. So we have 1 cup of our old-fashioned oats. I'm going to close that back up. And then I also need 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And what our baking powder is going to do is going to help this rise. What's really nice about this is it's like a baked oatmeal, but it's almost like a creamy, oh, what's that stuff we used to eat as kids? Wheat cereal. What was that? It's a cream of wheat.
Cream of wheat.
Yeah, so it's like a cream of wheat oatmeal hybrid, but it's super delicious. I absolutely love it. We have our baking powder in there, and now we're going to add our ground flaxseed. You can certainly grind your own flax seeds, but you have to grind flax seeds in order to get their full benefit. Go back to you. Renee's my little hander helper over there, which is totally awesome. I have a homemade pumpkin pie spice. I wish you guys were here to smell this because it smells really, really good. But there's some cinnamon in there, some cloves, some nutmeg. You can add some ginger to it. So we need 1 teaspoon of that. That's the smell that's making everything in here smell amazing.
We continue to advocate Facebook to have a smell and watch feature.
Yeah, that would be really nice. I guess we'd have to all upgrade our phones
Sure.
too. All right, and then we have 1 tablespoon of vanilla. With vanilla, I eyeball it because I don't really feel like you can have too much vanilla. I love vanilla. It's like garlic. All right, so we have our oats in there so far, our pumpkin puree, our butter, our baking powder, and now we need our brown sugar. And you can use a regular brown sugar like I'm using, or you can use a coconut sugar if you'd like a healthier alternative. So we need 1/3 cup of that. Hand those off to my helper there. All right, I think we have everything in there. All we need is our little pinch of salt. And salt just helps everything kind of come to life and bring out that flavor. And then if you want to follow me over here to my blender, and we're just going to blend this. It'll start to look a little thick and chunky at first, but then keep blending it until you start to see smaller pieces of the oats. And that's it. So I'll show you what this looks like. So it will look a little bit soupy. Don't be scared. It'll thicken up as it bakes. So if you want to follow me back over here, and we're going to pour. You can really use whatever baking dish you want. Some sort of 8x8 or 9x9 works ideal for this. I've used all different shapes. So if you have some sort of pumpkin shaped casserole dish, have at it. Put whatever you want in it. Now the fun part is about to begin. We're going to add some dark chocolate squares.
This is actually why I came today.
Oh, really? Because
Yeah.
there was dark chocolate?
Yes, yes.
And I love this intense dark chocolate. It's an 86% Ghirardelli. And what's nice about it is it's just very rich. And I feel like when you have a square of this, you don't want more. Like, it's like, okay, that was enough. I'm going to just float these on the top, and you'll see why. This almost turns into like a baked pumpkin molten chocolate cake. You know, where you push your spoon into the middle and like this oozy chocolate comes out? It's so good.
Pumpkin chocolate prize for the win.
Yeah.
Delicious.
I know. I always make sure I kind of float them so that you can still see them a little bit, so you know exactly where the chocolate's gonna be and where to push your spoon in there.
And so even though we're on this health tips segment, chocolate is something that we can incorporate into our meals every once in a while.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it can be super healthy. Obviously, anything sweetened is going to have sugar in it. But what's nice about this really dark chocolate is that it is higher in antioxidants. It's really delicious. And it's going to balance the sweetness of that brown sugar in the pumpkin baked oatmeal really, really well. So I hear my timer for my other one because this is like the whole magic of television thing. So we have 42 seconds before this one goes in and that beautiful thing comes out. So I wanted to share a few things about pumpkin because I think we think about pumpkin, but we don't really know too much about pumpkin. Pumpkin is actually a fruit. So I know I said vegetable earlier. We think of it as a vegetable, but it's actually fruit. Anything with seeds on the inside is considered a fruit. Pumpkins contain over 500 pumpkin seeds. Now I know some of you like to dig those out and like pick through each. I'm so lazy. I'm like, I don't have time for that. But there's a lot of seeds. So if you ever get bored or you want something for your child to do, have them count how many pumpkin seeds come out of there. Pumpkins are, like we talked about, a low-calorie and nutrient-dense snack. And they're very high in vitamin K, C, potassium, vitamin E, iron, lots of healthy things. Cinderella helped make pumpkin very popular, right, when she popped out of one of them and it became a carriage. And the largest pumpkin in the world was grown in Belgium, weighing a whopping 2,624 pounds.
Wow,
I
that's a
would
big
not
pumpkin.
want to carve that on a holiday.
Or count the number of seeds in that one.
Exactly, yeah. We're trying to pick it up. Oh my goodness. So we're going to pull out the pumpkin baked oatmeal that we have finished here. I'm going to move this guy to the back because that's going to be my breakfast. I'm sure the other one is going to be our little snack for our helpers here today. Okay, let's see if we can get the action shot of this thing coming out. Look at that prettiness. Yummy, yummy, yummy. So, when you pull this out, and it's going to need about 22 to 25 minutes, but when you pull it out, you're going to notice the center is a little on the softer side, so it won't be like cake consistency by any means, but the outside is firm, but you can kind of feel it's cooked. You can kind of feel it on the inside there. You can see our little molten chocolate lava pieces. I'm going to let that cool for just a minute, just so that it doesn't get too molten lava all over the place. And I'm going to move it right here. And then I'm going to talk about our soup. We all love soup, I feel like, right? You guys like soup? Love soup. Soup season is here. It's with us. And if you are on my healthyeatsnutrition.com page, my website,
which we will post in the comments.
Yes, because she's so good about that. Then you can actually get in on my email list and you can get updates on cooking classes coming up. And then next month we are doing a soup and bread making class, which is going to be super duper fun. So I'm going to bring my giant vat of pumpkin soup over here.
So one of the things that we like to do at the Memorial Foundation is, really find community partners that we can work with that help us highlight the work that we do through our initiatives. So check out those classes. It's again, Healthy Yakima is all about sustaining a healthy and vibrant community, and that would be a great way to infuse that into your day.
Yeah, absolutely. It's super fun. We have a couple more classes coming up, and we can talk about that towards the end, but the soup class is one of them. And actually, I think this recipe will probably be on the soup class menu because it's so good. And I've had a couple people tell me it was their favorite soup that they've ever had. I hope it lives up to your expectations as well.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Oh, let me tell you what I did first before I blend this, because I'm just super excited to drink it. Look, I have 3 mugs because there's 3 of us here, because I know that we all want some. But it's really, really easy. It's just diced apple, a little bit of onion, some ginger, fresh ginger, it has to be fresh ginger, and then some whole garlic cloves. You're going to add a little bit of oil to a pot, get that nice and warm, maybe medium-high heat, enough to caramelize that. Because this soup doesn't have any extra spices in it. It's just salt and pepper at the end, and that's it. But all your flavor is going to come from building your base. Building and caramelizing those vegetables is going to give you an amazing flavor. So once that's nice and beautiful and caramelized, and then we'll get a close-up here of the soup, but you can kind of see, these are my apples, so you can see, actually that was an onion. My apples right here, they got nice and soft, beautiful caramelized color. So you want them to be super caramelized and just beautiful, just like you're caramelizing an onion. And then add your canned pumpkin, your coconut milk, just 1 cup of coconut milk. You can use whatever coconut milk brand that you like. I would stick with more of a neutral flavored one. You don't necessarily need anything like out of the carton or anything like that, but one that I really like to use for my Thai cooking classes is the Chocoa brand. It's a Thai brand. It might have too much coconut flavor for this soup. So just get like just an off-the-shelf coconut milk, canned coconut milk from the grocery store, and that's perfect. Add that to it, a little bit of honey, which I'm actually going to add now because I was out at my house. So we need 2 teaspoons of honey. And you certainly can skip this part if you want to. The carbs on this is about 27 grams, so if you left out the honey, you'd still be around about 22 grams. The protein's about 3 grams, and we do have some fiber in there. So I have 2 teaspoons. I'm just gonna eyeball it. When I'm at home, I don't write anything down unless I'm creating a recipe for all of you. But if I'm not, I take that opportunity to not write anything down and just cook and be free and do whatever I want. So just eyeball it, about 2 teaspoons. And then once that's nice and warm, I'm gonna try not to splatter the cameraman here. Don't get nervous. We're gonna use an immersion blender to blend this up. I have it about on 6. Now you can certainly transfer this to a blender and blend it. It's just a little bit more tricky to try to get this giant pot over a blender and then pour it in. So get an immersion blender. They're about 20-25 bucks on Amazon. Super inexpensive, and it'll make your life way easier when you're doing a soup like this. All right. I'm just going to keep blending this until it's nice and smooth and I've gotten all my chunks out. Okay, I think I am there. All right, so I'm gonna...
So a big shout out to our cameraman. We have to give some props to him. His name's Justin. I know you can't see him, but he's there. Yeah, and he's our awesome new intern at the foundation. So we're so glad he's here.
Yay! I know, and I think he's excited to be here too because now he knows why you like coming here. She gets
Snacks!
to eat the food. Exactly. You can check this for salt and pepper if you'd like. I'm just gonna do it just a tiny bit because it has a ton of flavor in it. And I used a Better Than Bouillon broth. And it's a vegetarian, no chicken base broth. And you can get this off of Amazon. I love this one because it's just very mild. A lot of vegetarian or vegetable broths can be very pungent in flavor and overpower the soup, but we really want the vegetables and the pumpkin to shine here. So get a very mild broth. If you want to use chicken broth, go ahead. But check this one out. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So our soup is finished. Renee, can you smell this?
I can smell it.
Can you smell the soup? I'll waft it over towards you
It's
there.
awesome. It's so pumpkin-tastic.
It is pumpkin.
I've been waiting for that one. Applause.
I was wondering where more of those comments were going to come in. I love it. So we'll use our orange mug here. This is like the dream mug soup to me. Like, you know, where you can just sit and do your work and sip your little mug of soup.
So awesome.
You can top it with apples. I'm actually going to top it with a little bit of our coconut milk here just to make the top look nice and pretty. But honestly, I actually just like mine's quite plain because I like to sip on it. So we'll just top that, make it look pretty, like a cup of pretty coffee or something. But that's it. It's very, very easy. Comes together in about 30 minutes and you're absolutely in love with ginger and pumpkin. Okay, let's bust into this puppy over here because don't do that at home. I have calloused hands, so don't do that. I'm gonna grab a big spoon here. All right, are you ready for the action shot? This is like the money shot, so if you don't get it, you're in trouble. Okay, ready?
Fired from the internship? Hardly. No, no, no.
She's like, we're not even paying you. All right, so.
Wow.
All that oozy chocolate.
Wow, look at that.
Yum. Look at, yeah. Too bad I'm sharing because I would have totally just eaten that whole bite in my mouth. It would probably burn myself. But see how nice and creamy it is. You don't need chocolate chips running through it. You don't need anything else. Like, this is just perfection right here. So there's our little chocolate hiding underneath there. You know, I've already decided that this is going to be our Christmas breakfast.
Nice.
Because it's so easy. And you know, when you wake up on Christmas morning, you're like, oh, I don't really feel like, you know, cooking. If you're the mom or the cooker in the family, you're like, I don't really feel like cooking. My daughter loves this, and she loves like cutting into it and like, I want the chocolate, I want the chocolate.
Well, and one of the things that I love that we talk about in this series is how we hide these really healthy things in, you know, for our families that might otherwise not want to eat them in delicious meals.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure if I gave my daughter like, you know, a chunk of pumpkin, she'd probably be like, what do you want me to do with that? But you know, now we can hide it in really yummy recipes. And I feel like I should take a bite of this. So here, oh look, it's bubbling chocolate. Let's see. Let's see if I can get it to do it again. Oh yeah, there's the oozy chocolate. Yummy. That is my bite. Sorry guys. You can have that over there.
That is awesome.
Yay. Well, that is my pumpkin recipes for today. It's very, very simple. If you want more pumpkin recipes, though, there are a few different ways to get it. Obviously, there's pumpkin everywhere on the internet right now. But if you're on Instagram, you can follow my new page. It's healthy.eats.recipes, and there's recipes on there, cooking tips, product tips, just lots of fun, interesting things about cooking and plant-based cooking. And one of my favorite recipes, I didn't do it today, but it's my baked pumpkin Alfredo pasta. And it is so stinking easy. It's literally, you take a casserole dish like this, you pour dry pasta in with a little bit of broth and some pumpkin and garlic, and you bake it in the oven for 30 minutes. Add your creamy base, which in our creamy base case, it is blended cashews with a little Parmesan cheese. Mix it together, and it's done.
So what you're saying is even I could do that.
Oh!
Amazing.
Yes. Absolutely. You can add whatever protein you want to it, but just the pumpkin Alfredo flavor is just amazing. And I had a lady drop off some fresh rosemary, and she said she was going to go try to fry some of her fresh sage. So you can, you know, put a little bit of fried sage on top, make it super fancy. But it's really, really good, and that is on my Instagram page, Healthy Eats Recipes. You can also follow me on my regular Instagram page, and then come to any classes. But I also have, my cookbook is out, and it was just an ebook version on Kindle, and now it's available on Amazon. You can purchase it on Amazon as a book, an actual book, or you can come on November 6th, and I'll kind of flip through this so you can see it. You can come on November 6th to the Healthy Eats classroom from 11 to 1, and I will be selling books here and also signing them for you. So you can come pick up a book then. We'll also have some amazing food vendors here and a couple of extra vendors selling their amazing goodies. So just super fun. So November 6th from 11 to 1 p.m. But if you go to my website and sign up for my email list, you'll be able to get all those updates and more for the next couple of months.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Elaina and Justin, and all of you watching. And we'll be sure to save this and share it on our page, and let us know if you have any questions. And we will see you next month in November.
Yeah, which I have no idea what we're doing yet. Something cranberry maybe?
Send us some suggestions.
Yes.
We want to know.
Yes. It'll be festive though, for sure. But yes, thank you, Renee and the foundation, and hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your October.